Good morning and welcome to this special edition of WMBD This Morning. I'm Shelby Roberts.
And I'm Mark Welp. We are your local weather authority, and our team is continuing to track flooding across the area. And boy, looking at these maps and seeing the pictures, the water is just rising and rising. And even though we have a lull in the rain, it's not stopping the rivers from going up.
That's for sure. And we're going to be checking in with all of that. We start this morning early in Henry, Illinois. Our reporter Allie Reed is live there with a look at where those river levels stand now. Allie, what can you tell us?
Shelby, Mark, well, just like you just said, Mark, the rain obviously isn't coming down, but it's not stopping that river from rising. We've already seen about a half of an inch or a half of a foot actually in a rise since earlier this morning. I was checking in with you around 5 this morning, and now as you can see, obviously it's coming up to, even if I took a walk just a little bit further, it comes up to about my knees. Now where the river actually starts is not for another block down this way. You can take a look, you can see some of the signs. The water has risen up to that, just to give you an idea of how bad it actually is over in this area. And this spreads down basically anywhere along the Illinois River. The flooding is definitely bad over in this area. Now, I want to give you just some numbers really quickly. Major is considered 31 feet. Now, we're getting close to that number, and Sunday into Monday potentially could rise up to about 31.5 feet. And then the record-breaking number, 32.9. That's the magic number. So we're getting really close to record-breaking numbers, especially next week with all of this rain that we're going to be getting. Who knows what the outcomes are going to be like just over in this area. But for now, live here in Henry, Allie Reed sending it back to you guys in studio.
All right, Allie, thanks for keeping everything in focus. Now we move downstream to Peoria. This morning, sandbags line the Peoria riverfront as the water continues to rise. Today, Peoria Public Works Superintendent Cy Maroon says bags will be brought to parts of Water Street. Yesterday, crews loaded and stacked sandbags in front of the riverfront river station. The sandbags are about 50 feet long, and sand is even brought in from parts of Georgia. Crews dropped off smaller bags to residents along North Galena Road and Rocket Street in Peoria Heights.
The Illinois River has seen its fair share of floods over the decade. Over at the Peoria Riverfront Museum, there's an exhibit that gives us some perspective on that. The exhibit highlights floods throughout history, starting with the flood of 1943. A series of educational exhibits display the levels of the different locks and dams. The main feature of the exhibition shows how the rising river affects the Peoria downtown area.
You can see the levels of the flood and how they progressed into the downtown area that currently exists. You can also, with the locks and dams, you can interact with that, and the kids can play with the boats and create their own lock.
The Illinois River Encounter also features models of floodwater throughout Peoria.
Yesterday, WMBD's Rebecca Brumfield spent time talking to people in Chillicothe. Many homeowners there are packing up their belongings and preparing to evacuate. She continues our team coverage this morning.
Yeah, that's right. I spoke with residents here on Thursday in Chillicothe, and they live along the Illinois River. And as you can see, the water here has grown immensely. Kara Henderson rents this house here. Now, she tells me that just overnight, the water rose almost 4 feet. She says she used to be able to walk this whole staircase, and now that's not an option. Kara Henderson has lived in her home right off of the Illinois River for just 2 years, though she has lived on the river for over 10. Now, her belongings made it through the 2013 flood, but she says she's not sure if she'll be so lucky this time around. She's already moved her car from the carport, closed off her basement, and moved her valuables to a safer place, all in preparation for the flooding to get worse.
The flooding's just making me actually very stressed, and I'm not sure if I should go ahead and pack up and leave yet, or just wait through Saturday and see where we stand.
The waters will continue to rise here along the Illinois River and along other rivers in central Illinois. Now, time will tell how bad this flooding will get, and Kara Henderson says she'll make the decision on whether to stay or go on Saturday. Reporting in Chillicothe, Rebecca Brumfield, back to you.
And it's not just the Illinois River causing issues. The Mackinac River is also creeping up. This morning, the bridge on DMAC Road going over the Mackinac River is closed and covered with water. Other roads in Deer Creek and Mackinac are also closed this morning. In addition, many farm fields are flooded. We spoke with a man who's been living in Mackinac for years, and he says these floods are devastating to the community.
Oh my God, not again. Every time I go over this bridge, I always glance over to the river, and last time it was maybe about 3 feet from the, the bank, top of the bank. And we must have had a lot more rain than I thought because it's over the banks now.
Our Twin Cities newsroom has been covering flooding in that area. A preschool in Bloomington has temporarily closed because of water inside the building. This morning, staff members are working to clean up Noah's Ark in order to get back to business. On a Facebook post, the school says it's not sure how long the cleanup will take, but right now there are plans in case it does take longer than the weekend. The school will keep families informed on its Facebook page and Classroom Shutterfly accounts.
Now for the latest on what to expect with this severe flooding, let's check in with meteorologist Lauren Rainson.
Surprise, the flood warnings are continuing until further notice for all of our local major rivers, especially the Illinois River. That's the big one. We got the Mackinac River, the Vermilion River from Pontiac to Peru, the Sangamon River that borders Cass Menard counties in southern Mason County, and then the Spoon River across Fulton County. So if you're right along those rivers, unfortunately, the flooding concerns are not going away anytime soon, despite this nice lull in the rainfall. I know we're keeping things pretty gray, pretty drab on our goods furniture sky camera. There's even patchy fog. Occasionally, the visibility will drop to less than a half of a mile. So if you do encounter that fog, make sure to keep using the low beams. The closest showers to us are across western Illinois near the Mississippi River. I'm really thinking we're going to stay dry. We're steering clear of all of that for today. I will leave a 20% chance in the afternoon forecast for some light showers. Even if you do get a little bit of rain later on, it is